Andrei Chikatilo, often referred to as the Butcher of Rostov, terrorized the Soviet Union with his brutal killing spree throughout the 1970s and 1980s. He was a quiet, unassuming man, an educated middle-aged father and a former school teacher. But behind his outward appearance lay a dark and twisted compulsion that would make him one of the most notorious serial killers in history. Chikatilo's reign of terror began in 1978 when he lured a young girl into the woods near his home in Shakhty, a town in southern Russia. Under the cover of the dense forest, he brutally murdered her, starting a horrifying pattern that would continue for over a decade. His victims were often young women or children, vulnerable and unsuspecting. He would gain their trust by offering food, a place to stay, or simply a friendly conversation, before leading them to secluded areas where their fates were sealed. One of the most chilling aspects of Chikatilo's crimes was the complete randomness of his attacks. His victims would simply disappear, and for years, authorities had no idea who was responsible for the growing number of bodies that were turning up in the surrounding forests. It wasn't just the killings that frightened people. It was the thought that anyone, even the quiet man next door, could be capable of such horrors. Chikatilo's ability to blend into society, to appear so normal, was what made his crimes all the more terrifying. Even after the authorities caught him for minor offenses, they released him, unaware they had come face to face with a monster. For years, the manhunt for the elusive killer continued as the bodies piled up. It wasn't until 1990, after nearly 15 years of unchecked brutality, that Chikatilo was finally caught. A detective, weary from years of chasing shadows, noticed him loitering at a train station, behaving suspiciously around children. Following a long interrogation and forensic evidence linking him to the crimes, he confessed to the brutal murders of 56 victims, detailing each horrific act with chilling detachment. What makes this story truly terrifying is not just the scale of Chikatilo's violence, but the idea that such evil can hide in plain sight. He wasn't some mythical figure lurking in the shadows. He was someone's neighbor, someone's colleague. He was the embodiment of the nightmare we all fear, that the real monsters aren't hiding under our beds, but living among us, wearing a mask of normalcy.